Hi ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Genshin Impact. Today we're going to be answering the question of how the hell do you get the seed collector in Genshin Impact, or how do you unlock gardening? Well, unlocking gardening is a lot simpler. It's just there. You just go to Tubby. Well, I'll show you guys in a minute, but you go to Tubby. You basically just go to a second thing in his realm depot and buy it. That's one of the things that's pretty unfortunate, and I'm wondering if Granny basically gives us the blueprints to gardening so that we can actually make more than just 4 plots of land. But I'm pretty sure I'm wrong on that. I'm pretty sure we're not going to get that. I'm pretty sure they limited it pretty hefty to 2 plots of gardening, which is a damn shame, because it would be nice if you could actually make this useful instead of just kind of a weird supplementary gimmick. But anyways, regardless, how do we, I'm sorry to be bitter, but how do we get access to the seed collector in Genshin Impact? Well, it's quite a bit simpler than you might think, but it's also not, because this is a pain in the ass. To level up Inazuma's city reputation is significantly more annoying than other things. But if you happen to go gung-ho exploration all the time, maybe you got a lot more Inazuma explored than me, you might be able to just get everything that your little heart desires in here if you've explored everything. But in my experience, you've needed to do a lot more. But how you get access to the seed collector is, of course, at Inazuma City Reputation. You need to go down here and collect this, which is the Nuka Weed Seed. As soon as you unlock this, you will therefore unlock Madam Ping's quest, which is what we're going to go do right now. So by the way, the quest might have you actually talking to this guy. I believe I talked to him and he was like, hey, you can grow these in plots of land, but Inazuma's a nightmare, so it's hard to grow stuff here. And then we're like, we can grow it in our garden, or we can grow it in our Serenitea pot. And he's like, well, wait, maybe we should go ask the lady who runs the town, or runs our little teapot before shit hits the fan. So you will get this quest as soon as you have purchased the Nuka Weed Seed. But it is the Art of Hilly Horticulture. I can't say the word because at some words my brain says no. Stop it. But ultimately, this has you going back and talking to good old Granny to see what the hell this whole seed business is, despite we can already grow things within our Serenitea pot. So this is only giving us the ability to yoink seeds, by the way. The seed collector essentially makes it so that every single time you collect any sort of plant in the overworld, you are going to attain a seed, which is good, but kind of okay, because you can only buy so many seeds every week from the Realm Depot, but you're only really missing like a handful. So yeah, unless you can start, like, this is really useful if they increase the yield of planting that we can actually do each week. But if we can only really have like 5 plots of gardening land, then that's not really that helpful. It's like, again, supplementary. It's like a nice little sprinkle on top of what you could already get. But yeah, I'm hoping that you can invest in more later down the line. But anyways, Madam Ping, my old friend, about this Nuka Weed Seed. Seed? Oh, so you like to grow these seeds in your Serenitea pot, huh? I suppose that's not a problem. The Serenitea pot is your little realm, after all. It's just that you're only brought this bag of seed today. Are you only planning on planting 1 bag of seeds? Oh, that's right. We don't even know how to collect seeds. After we plant this bag of seeds, where do we go and find more, says Paimon. They're there, don't worry. I happen to have a little box here that I used many years ago. When I used to plant flowers, they were all kept in this little box. The flowers grown in the box can be preserved for a long time. Moreover, after putting the flowers in the box, it can produce several flower seeds. This makes stowing, I would assume, stowing them very convenient indeed. Although this box is somewhat less useful now, but it still retains the power to generate seeds. This lady giving us god-level gifts. She is the best. Grandma always gives the best gifts, slash just $100 or $50 bill out of nowhere. And you're like, what the fuck? Thank you so much. I didn't, what? I don't use it much now anyway, so why don't I give it to you? This box should come in handy, whether you want to grow those flowers and plants, or some crops. Ooh, crops, okay. Thank you, Granny. Thank you, Granny, says Paimon as well. It's almost like we are not, like, here. It's almost like we're an empty husk and Paimon is the narrator. Children, you don't have to be so polite. Go ahead and give it a try. But I might say that it's not an easy task to take care of flowers and plants, so you should be prepared. Granny is super strong indeed. What? Granny is super strong indeed. But before we try that box out, let's go back to your teapot and try to sow these seeds. Paimon really hopes that they can grow soon. Yeah, 3 days, Paimon. Bullshit. Although in retrospect, that's magic. It's definitely magic. Shit's wild. Okay, so we just collected some shit. It gave us nothing because, and this is the negative, this is some bullshit, Mahoyo. We need to have we only have 1 gadget slot available to us at a given time. First of all, what the fuck is that? Second of all, this is now taking up our gadget spot. This little box that can hold seeds or generate seeds, which is weird. Like, so we're not actually taking the time to like pluck things. Also, it's a finite amount of seeds, these fuckers. It's only seeds that are in the game right now, at least. Hopefully they'll increase that roster. But it's equipped. So now that it's equipped, sucking down your power or whatever, we can now see, oh, it's still in Japanese. Weird. They should fix that. That's still kanji out down there. Anyways, regardless, this is the seeds that I've collected because you can buy seeds from Tubby outright for dirt cheap realm currency, so it's pretty chill. But now that this thing is equipped, every single time we pick up something like this, yes, it is going to give us both the flower but also seeds for it. Now, it kind of is annoying that we couldn't have just gotten this, and now whenever we pick up seeds, we're going to be able to do that, because this is something we're going to constantly have to switch back onto our character. But there are basically very, very finite flowers in the world space, such as these ones are kind of a pain in the ass to get, glaze lilies, as well as these silk things. Although silk ones, they're a little less, but glaze lilies, definitely try to yoink them because they're pretty annoying. As well as nuka weed. Holy shit, Inazuma nuka weed, man, is a pain in the ass. There's only like a handful of spots, which is exactly why they give you a nuka weed seed to plant, because they're kind of like, hey asshole, they're not gonna happen for you. These are very rare, please. But yes, this is functionally times 2ing your yield, except not really, because we're only able to get so much realm currency, or so much crops, unfortunately. I was really hoping that we'd get a little bit more, but it doesn't seem like we have. We've only gotten, yeah, I'm hoping in the future with 1 point or 2 point whatever, 2.3, 2.1, hopefully soon, we'll be able to buy more plots of land for gardening through Tubby, because only right now we're only able to get a handful, and they're on a long duration cooldown in terms of being able to yield, so it's all kind of a little messy. But yeah, essentially, by the way, for those guys who wanted to know how to garden within Inazuma, or within 2.0, just go here, Riches of the Realm. So you'll be able to buy these plots of land. You can buy 2 or 1 plot, I think twice, except for one of them. You can buy basically 2 plots, except for this one, which is because they're giving us, for completing this quest for Granny, for seed collecting and all that stuff, we're going to get another plot, which is going to equal out 2, 2, and 2. So yeah. Anyways, and here are the seeds. So I'm definitely going to go down here and buy up all of the nuka weed, and as you guys can see, it's dirt cheap. It's 25,000 realm currency, and you can easily generate 1,500 within a 24-hour cycle, so you can definitely clear out all of these if you wanted to. But again, the limitation isn't being able to collect or attain a lot of seeds now that we have the seed collector. It is waiting and needing more plots of land to plot a higher yield so that it can be like doubling your harvest. Or straight up automating it at some point. But regardless, I'm gonna buy all the ones I think are a little rare, like these are new. And then of course, what is the other one? Hate collecting these, we're gonna buy all that. We're gonna buy glaze lilies, again, like I said. These are in one location, so yeah. But everything else, like I wouldn't, the top of your to-do list shouldn't be chili peppers, because chili peppers you can find in stupid high yields. Same with these. You can find like plants that have like 5 of them on there. If you want to use them for like basically just trash, like you want to have a plant you can just burn with your alchemies kind of conversion thing that can give you some XP and stuff, then that's not the worst. But anyways, bye Tubby. Now I don't even know if there's are we still doing this quest? No, she's just like, hey, I can't wait to see what you create in your realm. Let's go do that and plant that nuka weed seed. And then she's just like, whatever, you do whatever you want, it's fine. Anyway, so I have my gardens all the way over here, and I just planted some stuff yesterday, so they're most certainly not ready to be harvested, which is a little bullshit. But yeah, you guys can see. Look at that. Ugh. Anyways, the good news is that I actually can plant, I believe, one more plot of land. Yeah, so your plots of land are in land form. You're gonna go all the way over here. We have now 2. Let me try to put that right up in here, if possible. You bastard. There we are, perfect. Alright, save changes. Now we're going to go ahead and plant all of that Nuka weed, which is really simple. Just go and hit plant, 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 plant. Select, 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 select. Plant all Nuka weed and then plant and bang. But as you guys can see, you can't double your yield. You can attain a lot of seeds, and maybe in upcoming things, they'll be like, hey, now you can plant like 5 plots, so you can have just like a stupid big-ass garden. Although I was hoping that they would make them a little more stylish. Like, it's kind of just like gross, like dirt mounds. It'd be cool if you could have like raised beds is what they're called, but they're like kind of nice, and they're like triangle shaped and stuff. They look cute. Anyways, but yeah, you can essentially times 8 your yield in a 3-day window. So, you know. And honestly, this is just for me, Mahoyo. If by random ass chance you happen to see this video, please give us more plots of land, or more plots of gardening land. Please give us some like cuter like instruments. Like, what I think is bullshit is over here. Like, we have this cool like event thing that looks like a cool little garden nonsense. Give me a sec. Look at this. Look at this. Don't worry about the weird like intro thing. But there's that nice little gardening thing. Why can't there be like a set of plants right here? Like boom, 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 boom. And then some up top here. Like, this looks so much more aesthetic as of a gardening thing, as a gardening unit, than some sort of gross tilled ground. You know? Anyway. The other thing that Mahoyo, just because I got your ear, please give us a mini game, man. I always hate. I love the like. Hey, let's give people more ways to generate and be useful when it comes to your Serenitea pot, but generate more flowers. Why not? But there's like a golden opportunity for you guys to implement like amazing, fun, tiny mini games that can maybe like supercharge your progression. So instead of having to wait 3 days for 1 yield, is it 3 days? Yeah, basically 3 days. 3 days for 1 flower. Why not be able to play a mini game? Like, you know how we have the perfect meal mini game where you're basically just waiting and hitting it on that pendulum. You're hitting it on the right time or the right gold mark. Why not have things like that here? So you can see your like animation character digging through soil, and then you hit that thing perfectly, and then that's it. And now it's maybe you cut the time in half. So instead of 24 hours, it's less. And to me, that's like. That'd be or not 24 hours, it's like 3 days. Sorry, so it'd be like half, or even maybe if you came back every day and you would do that, that would increase the yield. Now we're getting a little too much, but I think there's just so many opportunities to have like fun mini games that are meaningful and impactful and make things feel like not just kind of thrown there for namesake, instead of actually being like useful or interesting or making you feel like you're adding to the game. To have like a mini game tied to this would be fantastic. Instead, you're kind of just sitting there. And I like, for instance, one of the things that was also surprising to me is Tubby. When the Serenitea pot first came out, Tubby basically had there was this mechanic where when you were crafting things, your friends could join your realm and tap on Tubby's shoulder and like give him a dirty look and say keep working harder, and then he'd like make your shit faster. And to me, I'm kind of like, well, that's. I mean, I understand what it's doing. It's trying to get your people to like look at other people's realms. But at the same time, why not give people the ability to like do that themselves? Why couldn't I like buy something or like do a weird mini game and like I don't know, talking to Tubby and throwing a bunch of compliments his way because he looks like good people? Why not throw him and shower him with compliments? So why can't I have a mini game that increases that for me, rather than making it some sort of outside external source that can be affected in a not very marginable way? You only shaved off like 2 seconds, and there was also an ingredient that could just instantly give you creations, so it was like it wasn't even necessary. So again, I'm hoping Mahoyo in the future starts gamifying this to some extent. Like actually, like this is part 1, and this is Genshin is a constantly updating game. So hopefully this was just the spark that will take flame in the future, and we'll actually get a lot more plots of land. Hopefully we'll get some cooler aesthetic gardening things now that it is implemented into the game, and hopefully we don't have to wait 3 days just to yield 1 thing. And again, hopefully there are mini games that can benefit you in some way. Maybe have a chance, like if you do the mini game perfectly. Like maybe when it comes to harvesting, we can play a mini game that can give us double the yield. So if we do that perfect time thing and we nail it, we have a chance of getting double the yield. So at least there's that. That way there's like, okay, maybe we don't have as many plots of land, but we still have a good opportunity to get them. That way it wouldn't even cost that much load order to like have basically a whole place dedicated to plants, which probably takes a lot of load order. Instead, you would just say, well, wait, no, we've came up with this cool mini game of harvesting your plants delicately to give you more yield. That way you physically don't have to tax load order, but you still get the benefits of what the item was supposed to give you in the first place. I'm hoping to implement something like that. to some extent. But yeah, as it is right now, it feels very like, why? Like beforehand, it was like, okay, this could help us immensely. But now it's kind of like, well, you can get 8 for quote unquote free, or 5 really for free. Still costs realm currency, but still. But you can get 8 for free. And yeah, and for those guys who did not know, by the way, each thing you can only put in certain flowers. So this plot of land can only hold this finite amount of flowers. Also, why is that not full? Yeah, what the heck is this? Plant. Weird. This is not. Yeah, some of these are not rare to go. Weird. But yeah, like the water ones can only hold the water ones. So you're, yeah. But again, like I said, the thing over here is to me much, much better. If you can somehow get like those nice kind of gardens, like imagine walking down like a straight path and it's just filled with these all set up. So you're walking by and you have like 1,000 gardens here. You got 3 flowers here, 3 flowers up top, and you basically just have to stand here at the bottom, and your person will just pluck them and collect them, and that'll be it. That to me seems way better than the gross square on the ground. Or there's this, dude. There's this beautiful little thing. Why not just have like a whole ring of random things? Instead, it's these square, chunky looking blocks which look like ass. Anyway. I don't mean to be cruel or mean, I'm just over it, basically. But alas, ladies and gentlemen, that is all I have for you. How do you unlock seeds in Azuma City Reputation? That is a little bit of a nightmare that you do have to mostly just burn through and do some story quests and do a lot of side quests and do a lot of exploring, but mainly story quests is how you actually get access to at least the first hurdle of City Reputation. And to be honest, it's quite easy to get to rank 3. Yeah, and then you get access to seeds, which to be honest, there's no rush to do, because again, you're only getting extra 8. So yeah, but hey, if you wanted to start accruing like 9,900 seeds, then your crazy ass can. So good for you. But again, hopefully they give us a way to produce more plots of lands, even if it's just through special events where they're like, hey, look at this guy's garden, he must have participated in every event. Stuff like that, a bunch of ideas, a bunch of cool things they could do with the gardening thing just to make it kind of feel special and make you feel like, hey, people who have a crazy big garden could be people who just were in the game or community for a long time and done all the events, and yeah. Anywho, just talking loud here, but anyways, guys, thank you so much for your time. Hopefully you guys do enjoy the rest of your day. Hopefully this helped. Also, if you managed to like or share this video around, much love as always. Thank you again, and goodbye.